Hello, welcome to the ReT podcast. This is episode 20. I am Wendy Bird, and I'm here joined by Jan.
Hello.
Marcus.
Hello there.
And Adam.
Hello.
Now today we have a very special episode of the ReT podcast that I like to call Adam's Reverse British Invasion.
Wait, can you say that again? What was that?
I said Adam's Reverse British Invasion.
Okay. I am already scared. Yeah, so for essentially what's going on, I tasked my team to write some questions that you would ask a British person. And these three assholes took over. So,
very quickly.
Like, Wendy didn't even hesitate. Like, the moment I put the call out, is Wendy's like, yep, I'm doing that.
We were ready.
Quite a few questions down.
This was your moment.
Yes, jolly good. We've got lots of questions for you.
Jolly
So,
good,
Marcus,
yes,
if you can start us in there.
Alright,
What's with the accents, alright?
Hey now. You settle on down. We gotta ask you some questions, eh?
Oh, God, I'm already regretting this. Go on, Marcus.
Was that supposed to be Canadian?
I'm doing my best here. What do you mean?
Alright, first question. Hold on, let me take a sip of tea real quick. Alright, where are you from?
Where am I from?
Where are you from?
Well, I don't want to give specifics because this is the internet, and the internet is a cruel and damning place. But I am originally from Wales, living in England. Oh, God, give me a second. Just my alarm going off. No, I've lived in England for about 20
Wales.
24 years now.
Wales.
Yes,
You
I
see,
was originally from Wales.
I only know London. It's near there, right?
No, it's not. Don't do this.
I'm wondering, how in the world did you learn to live in Wales?
Learn to live in Wales.
Yeah, I mean, they're quite spindly creatures, aren't they? I mean, you really need to squish in there.
I don't like this joke.
From Geppetto, have you?
Ah, I see.
All right. Next question.
Are you Americans refer to Wales as left England?
We're referred to as patriots.
Of course.
Go on then.
So, next question, obviously, this one's very important, going to require a lot of thought from you. So, do you like tea?
I actually don't. No, not personally. I'm not a fan of hot drinks.
What kind of Britain are you?
We don't all drink tea. We just have a specific... We're very patriotic about the way tea is made. And...
Oh, of course, you're patriotic about
well,
tea.
I mean, we have to be patriotic about something as depressing here. Like, all we have is rain and misery. And sarcasm. It's like our only exports.
Rain, misery, tea, and the quick well. Anyway, what's your views on fried Oreos?
What?
Fried Oreos? You know the
Okay.
Americans, they take their Oreos and they put
Okay,
them
this
in,
is going to
that
take about
fried
10
Oreo
minutes of the
stuff and,
podcast. What the heck are fried Oreos?
Do you even know what an Oreo is?
I know what an Oreo is. I've never had a fried Oreo.
Well, it's the same thing. You just fry it.
Yeah, you
Swear
take
me,
like
Mum.
something.
Oh
You
God,
make
asshole.
it like a chicken leg, right? A fried chicken leg. You take that, just turn it into an Oreo.
No. Okay, I have never had a fried Oreo. It sounds disgusting. Stop it. Get some help.
No, I've actually had a fried Oreo. It goes well with vanilla ice cream. It does.
Oh God.
That's very true. Very
Have
true.
you guys actually had fried Oreos? Is that a thing?
That is very much a thing.
Like, that's an American thing. Then it's not a British thing.
Hey, do me a favor, my lad. Go ahead and look in the notes. No mind.
What are you sending me now?
Just
Oh God!
Take a gander.
They look gross. I'm gonna have to put that on the screen. They look disgusting.
They're delicious, mind you.
They look like tiny donuts that.
Have you
someone has
tried?
burnt-
Would you at least try eating one, you limey?
Come on now. Grimy bastard, you.
You need to stop. I would try one once.
Only one.
You know, we've got fried Mars bar here, deep fried Mars bar. I know that you guys have like deep fried Snickers is a thing over there, but
Pretty
it's
much
not.
deep fried
Someone tried
anything.
some cotton candy
Yeah, no,
once.
it's
If
very
it
much.
can be deep fried, we will do it.
I'm gonna probably get a lot of hate here. It's very much a Scottish tradition to deep fry things.
Ah. Well, we can't go after the Scots. We're already going after you.
It's part of Britain. It's fine. We are. I will say.
Given all of this context, Marcus, would you like to lead us into the next
Of
question?
course. Now, remember, you're trying not to offend anyone here. Please give us your best imitation of an American.
We love it.
Fun. Oh. Well, I mean, you guys are really trying my patience with the British accents, which are painfully accurate, by the way. But I mean, what type of America are we talking? Are we talking like New Yorker, Texan? Like,
If you
You
want to go,
choose. You
like,
choose.
there is the possible no accent American, which is just kind of bland.
Oh yes.
oh, so you talk like this, and then you just sort of like. No, I just sort of went British there because. So you just talk
British.
like this, and then you say words like aluminum, like aluminum.
No. See, there you're getting a bit into the Texan territory there.
Well, howdy.
Yeah, just a bit.
I can do a Texan accent. It's not too bad. I'm a professional voice actor.
Well, let's just see.
That sounds like
This
your
is
Jiminy
not.
Cricket voice.
This is gonna ruin my career. like if I ever get into like a trouble with the media or something, they're gonna refer to this video. This is ground zero.
Very podcast. You see, 'cause we were gonna put this Adam guy on our thing, but he couldn't do a normal American accent or a Texan accent or one of those New Yorker accents. So we just put him in the background there.
Oh god.
Right. Are there any American things besides fried Oreos, since we've already covered that confuse or anger you?
Yeah, actually, I do have a few things. Actually,
Oh, here we go.
why do you guys care so much about the flag? Like, what is the deal with that?
It's our flag. It's our freedom, you know. It's our stripes and stars.
means freedom. Insert Eagle Street here.
I get that. It's a symbol of the country. Fair enough. But why do you make children stand up and salute it in schools? Like, that's not normal.
You really want to know why?
Really?
Yes! That's why I'm asking.
We actually have a little song about this.
Oh,
Go on, Mark,
Oh,
go
say, can
no,
you
you
see
stop. No.
by the dawn's
on. Hold on, I
early
gotta
light?
stand
I'm
real
going to
quick.
mute you. Stop it.
I keep getting muted at every single podcast.
we gotta get a little counter for how many times Marcus gets.
No,
Marcus gets
like genuinely, like, why? Like, Americans, like, I don't understand why Americans care so much about the flag. Like,
well, you see, it's because we love our cultish accents, you see, and this is just one of them. You know, it's kind of like going around the fire and
but it's like,
burning,
well, in
leaves
the
and
UK, we raise the flag if, like, something important's going on, something like Memorial Day or the Queen's birthday or the King's
stuff. Every
birthday, I
day's
guess now,
important, ain't it?
or even like a royal birth or something to do with the country and something you'd associate Britain with. But
Adam.
in America, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go out for some milk. Raise the flag. It's like, like
Adam,
I don't
Adam,
understand it.
Listen. Every day in America is a day that we're reminded that we got our freedom from you bastards. We get our freedom to ourselves. Every day
Yeah.
in school,
Yeah, you
Very
bastard.
important.
every day in work.
Oh, I really don't want to be
You
talking about this
arsemonger.
bit. This could get into a whole conversation I really don't want on this podcast.
You Irish monger.
It's just a reminder of the Boston Tea Party at the end of the day.
Good.
You're getting too far into future questions, Jan. Let's get into the next one.
Of course. So, I just need to know, for everyone out there, I need to know, how hard is it for British people to say water bottle? Water bottle. Water bottle.
You're doing this on purpose. I know you're doing this on purpose.
This podcast is beastly.
I hate this so much. A water bottle. Yeah, no, that is just the thing. The British don't like the letter T in the same way that Americans don't like the letter U, or anything.
You.
Funny you say that because our country starts with the letter U.
Spell
Yes,
favourite.
it does.
USA.
Spell colour.
USA. Hey now. Don't you fucking start. We just make things easier for ourselves.
You have to make... English is too complicated. Let's simplify it to American standards.
Naturally.
You took out a letter in aluminium just to make it easier to say.
What? Oh, and you want to go on and be, we're so important, we get to say all the complicated words, do you?
Your country wouldn't exist without us, so don't even get me started.
Our country exists because we ain't yours.
Go into the next question, please.
All right. So when it comes to you washing your bits and your bobs, how do British people shower?
The same as anyone else, under water and soap.
Right, and then you get your tea bag, right?
No, you don't put the... You don't... No! I was wondering where the fuck you were going with that one. No!
We did it.
We don't make tea in the fucking shower.
We broke him.
What is
Since
going on?
Since we're in the art of torture today, and this is a rather appropriate question, I think. Do you have any favorite British curseisms?
Now see, this is something that the British are very, very good at. So, you can basically combine any two words in British, and as long as it comes out in a British accent, it's an insult. So one of my favourite ones is, "Oh, you bloody cockwomble." Like, no one knows what a womble is, but you know for a fact that you're hurt by it.
Adam, you're a silly little git, aren't you?
It's too simple.
No.
I'm a simple man.
Gotta get a bit more creative with it. Like, you fucking pig.
You fucking jam biscuit, you.
You fucking Pikachu crumbler. Something like that.
You
It's too many syllables. And there's another thing that the British are good at as well. It's they're very good at adding swear words into the middle of words. Add some abso-bloody-lutely.
Add some blood. About that, why
Beautiful.
is bloody so cursed?
I don't actually know. It's just one of those sort of words that I guess the church didn't really like, and sort of made it a swear word.
No joke, slight detour. I was on an app one time about getting cats and putting them in rooms and whatnot, and I went into a chat, put bloody in there, but trying to explain bloody orange. It got censored, and I was like, oh, I know where this app came from.
No, it's not really. We don't really consider it a swear word here. It's just something you sort of say between every third word.
Because they were having a laugh. They were having a laugh.
Do you realise, by the way, you guys doing the British accent is making me more self-conscious about my accent. I never thought of myself as having a British accent, but the fact that you guys are mocking it is making me more. It's like, I am doing the words the British way. Oh, Tuesday, innit?
You know
You
what?
just spoiled the next question.
We're not doing any chip Cheerio.
No, did I
things,
spoil the
it's
next? Wait, what's the next
normally.
question?
Well, actually, it's not quite the next question. It's the next question.
Well, you may as well
spoiled
say
my
it now.
Right. You did spoil the next question. But the next question is that is it more common for a British baby to be born with a tea bag or a knife in hand?
Oh my god.
I'm just wondering. 'Cause it seems like you got one or either or, and I'm just wondering which one comes first, eh?
That depends on.
Chicken or the egg?
That depends on whether you're born in the south or the north. If you're born in the south, you're born with a tea bag. If you're born in the north, you're born with a knife.
So it's almost like the east and the west here, the west side, the east side.
Yeah, no, like the Americans have like the east and west divide. The British have the north and south divide.
It all makes sense.
If you're born in the West, you're born with a gun.
Well, no,
If you're born in the
it's
East,
quite a
you're born with
common
gun.
it's quite a common thing you see in a lot of countries. Like most famous example is Korea. Like you have North Korea, South Korea.
Oh yeah.
Japan has the same.
Right,
northern Japan is very much like boony sort of thing. South Japan is
Germany.
Germany has Germany used to be east and west, and then
Exactly.
they have that sort of north and south divide. France is the same. Italy's the same. Spain's the same. Like all these countries have a north-south rivalry, whereas America seems to have an east-west one. But I guess because it's wider rather than it is tall.
Now, unfortunately, you did spoil question number 10. That Marcus
I'm
was
sorry.
gonna ask.
Just
Go on.
say it anyway. It's fine.
You limey little git.
Stop calling me
so-
a git.
So just for research, can you please say the word Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's,
Knew it.
Did I
Tuesday.
say it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Well, no one goes. It's
did.
Tuesday.
Right.
It's like fuck off.
This one's
Americans
actually a
do.
pretty Yeah, that's true.
No, you don't say
This
Tuesday.
next question's actually a real question. You get a real question this time.
Okay, proper question.
I promise.
Okay.
Do you have areas in the UK that are notorious for being not so great, like Detroit in America?
Yes.
Oxford.
No. What? Yes. The place in the UK which has the best university in the world. Yes. Rough. Cool. No. If you're talking about like typical like rough sort of parts of the country, places like Manchester, Liverpool tend to be quite known for being quite rough. Birmingham's known for being quite rough as well. Certain parts of London as well. So central London is fine, but the more you go to the outskirts, you kind of don't want to be there.
I see.
Scotland tends to be hostile, but only if you're English. Cornwall
That's
tends
fair.
to be hostile, but only if you're not from Cornwall. Wales tends to be quite nice, but you don't want to be going to like the farm sort of areas because Welsh farmers will rip your face off.
Oh.
Not literally, of course.
Never thought the Wales
No,
would be so
you do tend to have typical rough sort of areas. I guess Liverpool's probably the most well-known example. You probably heard the term Scouser before.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard so? No. So someone from Liverpool would be called a Scouse. They sort of talk like this. Like, I think you come to me if you think you're hard enough.
Oh, they're one of those blimey little.
Yeah,
little
the like
buggers.
one of those.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
I see.
Sorry, that's adding questions.
Wendy, you're breaking up. Like,
I'm sorry, they've added questions.
you've added
There was just
questions.
a question. There was just a question added. It's a very
All right.
important one.
Cheers, Adam.
Oh God.
You wanna hit the next one, Jan? The
Yes,
next
of course,
question
of
while
course.
we're at it.
All right. So I'm sort of continuing the last question. What is the general UK opinion on Aussies?
Put upside down, innit?
It is. I've always wondered, just how do they take showers?
If you want the, do you want the stereotypical opinion, or do you want the actual genuine opinion?
Both.
Cool.
Both.
Okay.
Is good.
Stereotypical opinion: they're all thieves and robbers. Like, put it this way: the UK had a long history of that's a bad person. Instead of putting them in prison, we'll send them to Australia. And that's what we did. We just sent a load of prisoners to Australia and just said, yeah, no, you're fucking dealing with it.
We have something like that with Mexico.
Terrible thing to do, and I am not endorsing it. Don't badger me about it in the comments. I am very sorry. If you want a genuine opinion on Australians, they are some of the nicest people in the world. We love Australia now.
I've heard that.
Does that mean you like Bluey?
I've not watched Bluey myself, but I have heard it's very, very good.
Pretty good.
It's
Pretty
one of
good.
those sort of parent sort of shows. I'm not a parent, but you know.
Oh, I see.
Certainly better than
Turns out
fucking
kids can't
Peppa
watch
Pig.
We don't talk about
No,
Peppa
Peppa
Pig.
Pig
even
is
we don't talk about
Fuck
Peppa
that
Pig.
little.
The
Fuck that
British
little
created
shithead.
Peppa Pig, and we don't want it anymore.
You disowned it,
Oh,
just like you disowned the Americans.
So, which UK treats are the best?
which you treats?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
See, we're not all bad.
Ah,
yeah, see,
Are you talking sweet or savoury?
both.
Okay.
we
If
just
you're looking
wanna know
for
your favorite treat, that.
if you're looking for sweet stuff that isn't typical like chocolate and things like that, I'd say scones are very, very good. Love a good scone.
Let's go.
Just a scone, yeah. You know, it's like I guess
You took
you know how you guys have
scones, mate.
like biscuits, gravy, that sort of thing.
He's taking the piss. That's not a real thing.
That can't be a real thing. Are you talking about scones?
No, okay. So you guys have biscuits, don't you? Which you put in gravy. That's that thing, right? Yeah.
No, I
Drips
mean,
them in
Savory
gravy.
So if you
thing.
took
on the
as well,
turkey.
but alright.
if you put sugar in the recipe for those scones, they become sweet. You serve it
You're not
with
putting gravy on sugar, you blimey
No,
idiot.
No. Jan.
We're daft.
I'm trying to give proper answers here and you just being mean.
Well, that's my job, innit?
This is not the bullying Adam episode, alright?
This was
No,
your idea.
anyway.
You wouldn't be offended by
You
anything.
basically make a biscuit sweet. That's what a scone is. You add clotted cream, you have
Alright,
jam,
alright.
delicious. If you're looking for savoury savoury snacks and things like that, one of the best things that you'll ever have is a pork pie.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
You
a.
just spoiled the next question. Perfect.
Did I actually?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry that you're writing questions of stereotypes.
Bag it all.
Go on, what's the next
Isn't
question?
that bad? It was, what's your favourite flavour of pie?
Okay, so my personal favourite flavour of pie. Ooh, that's actually a tough one. I don't know. See now, I will give you.
Only one
I will
right
give you
answer.
this. I will give you this.
Of course.
While I'm not going to say where I'm from, I am from the north, and we essentially
side.
treat pie like it's Jesus up here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. What, you
honestly-
sacrificed the pie?
Honestly, if you get pie wrong in the north, you're basically as good as dead. Marcus has sent me a thing, and I don't like it. Marcus,
See.
what did you send me? He's just sending me memes. I cannot show that on the
See.
stream. Please
So-
do not. Please
if
do
you-
not
If you
distract
get
me,
a pie
Marcus.
wrong, do they crucify you?
What's that, Jan? Sorry.
If you get a pie wrong, do they crucify you then?
Basically, yeah.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
No,
Blimey!
yeah, no. Pies are sacred in the north. I will say one of my favourite flavours of pie is probably just steak.
Oh, I forgot you
I love a
guys do
steak
pie very
yeah, you do all
strangely.
that meat
Very
pies
strange
and all
pies
that.
over there.
Well, It depends on what sugar, if you're putting sugar in the pastry or not. If you're putting sugar in the pastry, it's a sweet
sugar
pie.
in the
You
pastry.
don't always put. If you don't put
It
sugar in
does.
it, it becomes a savoury pastry, and you can put gravy and steak and
Oh,
potato in it.
savoury pastries. You just like putting meat in things. Just
You are
admit
missing
it.
out, Marcus. Stop sending me memes.
Less dip cobbler.
I
Why-
can't show
why
any.
is
Your question, Jan.
Why do you assume that they're memes?
I can't show any of these. Oh, hang on, no, he sent me a message. He said,
Oh.
"Swear on me, mum, I'll bop you good, I will."
Anyway, I've been wondering from our little spat from earlier. I got to know. How do you spell the word colour?
COLOUR.
Oh, and
Oh,
we're the extra ones. And we're
ew.
the extra ones.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course he does. You just got to
But
make
we're
it
the
harder
problem,
for
yes.
the Americans. We got to be. Oh,
You do
yeah,
realise that
oh,
there are
that's-
2 O's in colour, and you both you pronounce them
Yeah.
both differently. So to have the pronunciation of the
Well,
second
we
O
don't.
different,
Say
you
colour.
put the U in there.
Excuse me. We say it colour. You say it colour. As far as I'm hearing, you're the ones that are saying them the same exact way. Why aren't you using our
Yeah.
spellings, eh?
Because I don't want to use simplified English.
Oh, you fucking complicated bastard from the north side. I ought to be.
Put it this way: there's a reason that
Long-standing question is the last one.
there's
Just
a
so you
reason.
know.
There's a
No.
reason for the
No,
retranslated.
I agree.
There's a reason for the retranslated that I'm the one that does the subtitles.
All
Because
right.
everything has to be spelled correctly.
Because you're just trying to piss everyone off, is what you're trying to do.
You are. You
Marcus,
are.
are you ready for this lovely question you've
Go
got
on,
there?
go on then.
Alright, this is a good one for you. This is one of the added questions.
Oh no, this is
As
awful.
as a gentleman and as one of the oldest members of our group, of our team, you've experienced a lot in life, I'd like to say, right?
Yeah, I've experienced a lot in life. I mean, I'm nearly
Do you
I'm nearly 30. I'm not that old.
Put this question in.
Now, just a question, just curious. Do you remember your first snog?
Oh, for God's sake! That is no. Why? Why would you answer? Why would you ask something like that?
I'm just,
Well, this
we're
is the
reflecting.
Put it in there.
We're
episode.
trying to just look back. We're just trying to reflect on
Yeah,
life.
you know,
I want to know more
memories,
about
you
you,
know?
mate.
memories.
I will. On a more serious note, I don't actually like to talk about the first time I kissed someone. Genuinely.
That's fair, okay.
That's actually a very
That's
sensitive
fair.
topic
Don't
for
worry,
me.
mate, I'm
I
the same
really
way.
don't want to talk
I'm the
about
same
it.
Well, so we'll say yes
we
and
can
move
move
on.
I'll
We've
jump
all
into
had
the
it.
No,
next one.
I'll tell you about the second person I kissed. So
Oh, of course. of
Okay.
the
course.
second person I kissed, I was 13. I was going out with this girl who I'm not gonna name because I still
Yeah,
know
yes,
her.
dark and scary
We'll call
place.
her
We'll
Elizabeth.
name her Jane. Elizabeth, of course.
Jane.
Jane.
Elizabeth Jane.
You guys can call her
Elizabeth
whatever you want.
Jane.
I'm just gonna call her the girl that I dated for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So, yeah, we
Fair,
only
very
went for 3
fair.
weeks, but like, I do remember like the first time we kissed, like I was very, very worried because I had braces and she had braces, and
Oh, God.
we've both seen a lot of like American rom-coms, and you know,
they go on and electrify each other and all.
no, we were more worried about them latching onto each other and basically being stuck.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Thankfully, that didn't happen. There was nothing too intense that led to that sort of thing. But
Could have
no,
been
that
like two
was
deers stuck
that
in a
was
battle.
easily one of the most awkward moments of my life.
Duly noted, duly noted.
All right, next question.
Go on.
I did not write this. Why does the phrase "how's your father" refer to sexual intercourse?
What?
Just wondering. I mean, you've got to know, right?
How's
As
your
as
father?
British
I have
representative.
literally never heard that before.
Okay, well, that's good at least.
Alright, then I have another question. Why the fuck does the British internet lie?
So, okay, my only
There's a lot of
explanation,
fucking bollocks here.
Marcus, I can probably give a little explanation for why it is a British thing. It's that we have quite a lot of regional variants when it comes to sayings and things like that. It's just not one of those sayings where I'm from. So it might be a saying in the south. It's not something here.
It's strange how saying "how's your father" over there means a completely different thing from saying "how's your dad" over here. It's a completely different meaning.
All right, how's your dad?
See, then you're just gonna send someone home crying.
Yeah, no,
But we have a last question here.
Go on.
The questionnaire.
Just one more.
Just one more.
All right, just one more. Just for you, Adam. Just for you.
Go on.
Why did you cast us?
Why did they cast you?
Yes.
Because, you're all very talented people, and I appreciate very, very good talent.
I feel like
That's
I was
lovely.
cast
Do you ever regret it?
No, of course I don't. I don't regret any
Are
of
you
this.
sure?
But I will also say you were the only people that actually applied, so,
Good point. Good point.
Actually, no.
I mean,
I will say that's true for Marcus. Marcus was the only person who applied.
Yeah, he was the only one who applied. I got in because a friend of mine was like, "Oh, you want to get into this retranslator thing?" And what was it?
Wait,
Well,
I did apply. I applied properly.
Yeah, Wendy
Thank
applied
you.
properly.
I actually initially
But you
I
know,
actually
Go on,
Marcus.
Marcus.
tried to join the project as Sora, and
Yeah.
Adam got a DM from Adam, and he said to bugger off and audition for Riku or get the fuck off his
Didn't
page.
say it like that!
That's how I took it.
Right. I will say, guys.
I remember very clearly when I came in to Adam and said, "Hey, I can sing for your little thing."
Oh, don't say
and
it
he
like
said,
that.
"Well, I mean, we've got anyone else. Well, we don't got anyone else, so I guess we can have you." And then I was in.
Oh, God. I'll teach you another thing about British people. Innuendo. There's a lot.
Oh
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
everyone is free to drop their accents at this point.
Yeah,
we did.
I heavily
Okay.
appreciate
Thoroughly-
it.
My intention was to go full BBC. Yes.
What?
Did I just say
British
that correctly?
British Broadcasting Company.
Thank you. That's what I meant. That was
Yeah,
my
I know.
full intention to go full BBC with that. But
What?
Marcus, stop it.
that's your the gutter child.
taking the piss.
However, I was laughing too hard to be able to maintain myself properly.
That's fine.
So
No, it's fine. I was going to say, like, we're only 30 minutes into the podcast. We may as well talk about something else.
30.
yeah. Well, I told you most of our questions were not real questions. It was
No.
just us going back and forth.
Oh, really? I kind of gathered
Yeah.
that halfway through.
Apologies,
What?
but I cannot drop the accent. I can't go back to
I
what
know,
I once was.
my accent is going to come back
So
every now and again because
I
it
have
takes me a
to
second to
vote
get out
now
of it.
that we have to give Marcus Jack Sparrow in Kingdom Hearts 2 because God, his accent's just so impressive.
It's spot on. It's just...
To be fair, I was actually considering giving Marcus Jack Sparrow, so
Yo.
we're not even on game. We're not even getting past 2 anymore. We're on.
I would
It's
just
just
that I did specify that we should do poor British accents. So none of us, I don't think we're trying too hard.
You know
I
what?
specified they had to be bad.
Wendy, you're gonna have to show me this
Ooh,
document
ooh, ooh.
afterwards, okay?
Ooh, actually, I
Now-
do have
now-
a question. Shut the fuck up, Marcus. It's my turn. Adam, if you could rate our accents 1 to 10, who of just like individually, like
Okay.
also who did
I already know my scores for this because I was thinking like, director mode. I was thinking like, okay, first off, I would never cast anything you in a British drama.
Understandable.
British comedy, maybe.
Beautiful.
Marcus's action was pretty good. but he did keep calling me Git. So I have to mark him down for that.
I got the Git brain rot. That's I was focused on the term
you were so
Git.
fixated on Git, and I don't understand it why. So I would
don't know why.
rate Marcus. I'd rate Marcus's accent 6.5 out of 10. Not terrible.
Six.
Jan,
That's above average.
Jan, your accent was terrible. It was so forced. Basically, what you did the equivalent of someone. You know when people watch an anime and that's how they learn Japanese.
Yeah.
That's what you've done for the British accent. You just watch British comedies and go, "Yep, that's the accent."
That's it.
That's it.
Well, I learned from the best Adam.
So,
Oh.
you can take this from the best. 4 out of 10.
Yay!
Wendy's,
I'll take anything above a 1.
Wendy's accent was probably the better one. I would say Wendy's accent was the best, mainly because you do have actual practice doing that voice with like Wendy and Alice and all that.
I do have a hard time with sticking to one dialect.
I did notice that you sort of flitted between like Queen's English and like Londoner, and there's quite a bit. There's a bit of a distinction between the two.
If I'm sitting down hard and trying hard, I can actually pick one and do it.
Yeah.
But I was not trying hard today.
No, I mean I could tell. I would say a strong 7.5, 8 out of 10.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I feel like I can get away with giving Jan a terrible score because we're just that close.
Yeah, we are.
Well,
we're such peas in a pod that I can bully you.
Okay.
You can bully me right back.
Spin that around. What did you guys think of my American accent?
Affectionately, I mean this very affectionately. I'm gonna give you maybe a 3.5. It got better when you went to Western. When you did the Western, then it was like a solid 5.
Then it was.
Or 6.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was about 5 or about 5.5.
Okay, so I'm getting a 3, a 5.5. What did you say, Marcus?
See, the thing is, I feel like I went in with my expectations a little high. I, for some reason, expected you to just immediately start talking like Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. I agree when you were just trying to do the normal, like American accent, I guess. Slaughtered. It was
terrible.
It was like 2, but
Yeah.
But when you went to the Southern accents, I don't know what the hell it is, but I see so many British actors and actresses play characters with Southern accents. So when you started doing the Southern accent, not just the stereotypical Texan one, but when you actually started talking a little more with it, I would say it raised up to about a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to take that original.
And you
2
weren't
score.
and you weren't taking it that seriously too. So I feel like if you actually had sat down and said, "I'm going to try to focus on like a Southern accent," I feel like you could have
did a
pulled
good
it
job
off.
with your Jiminy Cricket.
I
Your
was just
Jiminy
about to
Cricket,
say, like, Jiminy Cricket has that southern drawl, doesn't it? But no, I'm
that's when you're trying.
Wendy gave me a 3, Jan gave me a 5, Marcus gave me a 2.
No.
Simple math.
I gave
10
you
out
a
of 10.
3. And
I'll take it.
Wow.
Okay, that's fair. I gave you a 3 on the first iteration, and then I gave you a 5.5 for the Southern.
I mean,
So,
still good.
That
math.
was the distinction.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it still works. You still win.
So, can I ask,
Excellent
was there anything that I said in there that genuinely surprised you, or was like, I kind of expected that? Like, you didn't actually think that I showered with a tea bag, did you?
No,
I have no idea where
Hold
that
on.
question came from.
Hold on.
I think that was a Jan.
Yep,
No,
it was a
yeah,
new
that has
question.
Jan
Most
written
of
all
them-
over it.
Yeah, most of the more outlandish questions were absolutely Jan.
Yeah, no, I like when the questions read out, I thought this has Jan written all over it.
To be fair, the bonus round was completely Marcus, I'm pretty sure.
I'm just listen. My question, literally, and I DM this. Was it to you, Wendy, or was it Jan?
It was me. Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, I literally texted that. Like, I literally messaged Wendy and I said, "Okay, I have a question. And I told them, I am doing this exclusively to piss off Adam. Where are you from?
Yeah.
Oh, I only know London. It's near there, right? Because I knew that would piss you off.
It's around there, yeah.
It's around there. I only know London. It's near there, right?
Well, it's like the equivalent of like it's the equivalent of like me going, oh, so you're America. I love New York.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? That would
No,
piss me
yeah.
off.
No, we
Wouldn't
get
it be
that.
LA?
We get that. Or if I say I lived in California, they're like, oh, were you near Hollywood? No, I was not.
Unironically,
No,
I'll just drop it. I live in Ohio. Do you know how many
Yo.
people have asked me how many times I've been shot at?
God.
Oh, you're from Florida? How is it like being inside of an alligator?
I used to get that too when I lived in Florida.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh. It's fun.
No, so okay, so aside from the joke questions and obviously the clear bait that you were going for, is there anything you actually do genuinely want to know about England or Britain?
Most of the questions that I put in were not most of them, because some of them were just absolute joke things, but some of them were real questions I was curious about. Like the one about which areas are like notorious for being
Yeah, I could tell that was I could tell that was a
more
real one.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my answer in there was, for the most part, yeah, all right. I was joking about, but like I said, like Liverpool is genuinely like the sort of place you really don't want to be there too long.
You know what? Those are the people.
That makes
who are born
sense.
with
Yeah,
nuts
no,
and
like
brains.
if you ever come to visit the UK, the best places to go are not the city centres. Like
Right.
it's genuinely better to try and stay in the countryside. But even
Yeah, I
then,
think
not too far out in the country, because then you'll just get lost.
He
Fair.
was actually.
I've actually been to the UK one time. I mean, if you call it that. I went to London and and Stratford upon
is that
Avon
near Wales?
because I was there with my
Stop
my
Marcus.
my theater class. But so of course we had to go to Shakespeare's business.
Oh,
but
of course,
it
Stratford
was
upon Avon,
it was
yes.
lovely. It's beautiful. That is
It's
a lovely
gorgeous,
little
yeah.
area.
Yeah, well, because
and I
the thing is, so
hate
in the
London as much as I thought I would.
in the UK,
I
like, we
expected
actually
it to
have
be worse.
like we have so many buildings in the UK that are like you know the whole joke about like, oh, England has buildings that are older than the US. Like we genuinely do.
Dude,
Like we have
That was my
we have
favorite
genuine
part of it. The whole
we have
thing.
they're not like ruined buildings. Like yeah, we have like castles and like forts and things like that. But we have buildings that were genuinely built like in the early 1700s and are still operational, still fine now. And it's
I know it's insane.
amazing how
I
well
was
the
entirely
architecture-
struck when I was out there how much it seemed like every other building had a whole bunch of history. It was amazing. I would love to go back.
Yeah, no, it's
Eventually.
a beautiful country. You should come and visit me. I'll it's fun.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm not giving my location
We'll
on
do-
podcast.
We'll get a Reti field trip. We'll all just go out and bother you.
Yeah.
UT field trip. Jack's trip.
Retail
We
phone
can bully
trip.
you IRL.
Jack's treat.
Ooh,
Jack's
I
not
do
even here
have-
to
I do
refute
have-
that.
Exactly.
No.
I actually have a question / observation that I've always that I kind of want to ask about.
Yeah, go for it.
No, and this is actually a real question, and I know that means something coming from me.
I know, I'm surprised.
Like, it has always baffled me, but you guys probably think nothing of it. You could get into your car. You could wake up at, I don't know, 6 a.m.
Yep.
You could get into your car at 6 a.m., drive all the way up north to the tip of your country,
Yep.
turn around, drive all the way completely down south to the bottom of your country, and then just drive home. You can do that, from what I've read, you guys can do that in the span of 14 hours. Maybe?
It's not quite that drastic, but yeah, you can
You
can
do that,
drive.
Yeah, you can do that in like 10 hours then.
You can
like,
drive from the most southern point to the most northern point in about 12 hours.
Like
so
that.
in a 24-hour span, you can travel from the south to north and back.
Like when I moved from Ohio to Florida, the drive from Ohio, where I live, I don't even live in the northernmost Ohio, and I didn't even move to the southernmost point of Florida. From the point where I live in Ohio to the point where I moved in Florida, it was like, if we didn't stop for gas or anything, it was like an 18 to 19 hour drive.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah. I mean,
So
for me, when I go down to
you-
visit, I'm currently living in Oregon, so driving to Southern California is 12 hours, or actually, I think it's 14 from where I am to San Diego,
Yeah.
and that's such a small portion of this country. The fact that you guys can travel like that and be in like largely different areas is insane.
Yeah,
It
doesn't drive me
nuts, but I think it's amazing.
Take
it's crazy.
the Manchester, Birmingham to London thing. So, in fact, I'll tell you that. So, I'm from an area called the Northwest. I'll just call it the Northwest. I can drive from basically Manchester to London in about 4 hours. Just going.
That's nuts.
And I'll tell you what. Me and my friends actually did that. We took a day trip to London from the north.
I'm going to a convention next weekend, and it's still in Ohio, but it's going to take me 3 hours to drive there, and I'll still be in the state of Ohio.
Yeah. No, we're like
3 hours. You're on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of the
over
state.
there.
Well, yeah, no, the UK is
say, though,
significantly smaller.
London's transportation system, God, you guys, I know this might sound strange because, like, it's probably not to you guys, but you guys are so polite on public transportation. Oh my God.
Well, we have
compared
systems.
to out here,
So
people are so mean on public transportation in the
It's
US.
a generally
It's funny.
accepted rule in London that on escalators or travel, or, I don't know what you guys call them, moving stairs.
Yeah, no, they're called escalators. Yeah, escalators.
It's a generally
Moving
accepted rule.
stairs.
It's a generally accepted rule that if you stand on the left-hand side, so it can accommodate basically two people side by side. If you can stand on the left of an escalator to allow space on the right for people to walk up it.
Oh, that's
And
so
having
polite.
a system like that means that London moves a lot faster than people realise. Like, another thing that people don't realise as well is that you can actually get from one side of London to the other by walking. And I say one side of London to the other side by walking, like generally like the centre of it. But like, you know, the important part of London, you can walk from one side to the other. But that's another thing that you don't have in the US is that, literally, I can go outside my front door, go across the road, grab some milk, walk across, and I'm done. I've done some shopping.
And a lot of that has to do with the way I mean, because America is such a young country, a lot of our infrastructure is built for vehicles.
Yes,
so
America was built around the roads, whereas the UK
built around the roads.
America was built around the roads. The UK had to accommodate for roads. It's why our houses are so much smaller. It's why they're so much closer together. It's why jaywalking isn't a law here. Like, we have safe crossings, but you're not going to get in trouble for what you guys call jaywalking. Because, at the end of the day, if you decide to jaywalk in the UK, you're just putting yourself at risk. That's all that's happening.
That's just on you. If you die,
it's on you.
well.
It's on you, basically. Whereas in America, if you get caught jaywalking, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody is willing to stop and fine you for it, but yes.
Yeah, the point
and
is...
that was another thing that when I was there, I was struck by was the most nerve-wracking periods were in, like, car vehicles. I didn't enjoy that nearly as much as public transportation, which is not always the case.
That's because your wheels are on the wrong side.
Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was It didn't feel as natural, I guess. It's hard to explain.
Well, at the end of the day, you're going from a country where you're used to driving on the right-hand side to a country that goes on the left-hand side, which, you know,
It's very strange.
I will say that while we are one of the few countries that does do that, I think it's literally us, India, and Japan are basically the only countries that drive on the left-hand side. And even then, India doesn't really do that anymore.
I think Australia too, yeah?
I'm not sure about Australia. I can't remember.
It made me think of the video I sent you of me driving a Disney in that go-kart.
I want to say, like, honestly, like, the UK could switch to a right-hand side system, like in a day. But the problem is that because of the way that our roads are built, they're accommodating a left-hand drive system. So roads are built in such a way so that you can easily look, but like out of a turn, from the center of the road, and you know, obviously you couldn't really do that in an American car.
That makes sense.
I think the common misconception that people believe is that, oh, the reason we drive on the left is because when we rode horses, you held the reins with your left hand and you held a sword with your right, and it's like, that's not...
What?
Yeah, that's not...
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's a really stupid idea. I don't believe it, but okay. So Wendy's actually just putting a map. I'll put the map on the screen. So what's that? 69% of the world are right-hand drive.
Yep.
Jan, you child. I heard that giggle.
What? It was right there.
See now, like
Adam's literally sitting there like, come on, I would expect that from Marcus, but from you...
it's more fascinating. Like, having the UK and Australia and all the islands and Japan being right-hand drive, or left-hand drive, rather, makes sense because they're all islands. It's fascinating you go from India, if you want to drive from India into China, you're driving from a left-hand system into a right-hand system.
Oh yeah, that's fun. But notice what all of these places that are left-hand driving have in common. I'm pretty sure all of them were part UK at some point, right?
Yeah.
Japan excluding, yes.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
never actually took over the Japan.
That's really interesting.
That's a statement and a half.
Well, I mean, you say that, but like,
Philippines
like
are in there.
at the end of the day, the British were some of the best sailors in the world. That's how my ancestors, like, I say my ancestors, the English ancestors. I don't associate. I'm Welsh. It's fine.
You're just selling your ancestors.
It's how English ancestors basically took over so much of the map of the world, was because the British just sailed so much better than most other countries. France and Spain were a close second. It's why there's a lot of French and Spanish colonies over across the world as well. But the statement, like, there's a phrase that the British used, was that the sun never sets on the British Empire, and the reason was because as long as you were in a part of the British Empire, you would always see the sun. And it's
that's interesting.
Yeah, like, no matter what country, like, if you're in a country, like, and the sun's about to set...
Except for apparently England, because the weather is terrible.
Yeah, no, the weather's terrible.
I was blessed when we went there. It was sunny the entire week that we were in London. It was sunny, it was lovely, and then it rained the day we left.
Yeah, was it the summer, by any chance?
It was not. It was, I want to say it was in April or May.
So April, May is spring going into summer. So
yeah, so like it was in a good area. But...
Yeah, no, that's when you tend to have most of your rainfall in the spring sort of time, and then as as the country, as it warms up, you just tend not.
Strangely enough, the one thing that stood out to me food-wise while I was there was that I had better Italian food in London than I've ever had in my life.
That's depressing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really depressing.
Yeah, which is funny because my family is Italian.
That's even more depressing.
Yeah. I think
Wendy,
some things were
you
lost in the
need to
50s.
evaluate this. Your Italian family couldn't cook a better Italian dish than the British.
Yeah, which is
What does
sad.
that say about you?
That says a lot about your family.
Oh no!
Because the stereotype of, the British don't know how to make food. Like, yeah, kind of makes sense.
I mean, we've got some pretty great food over here. To be fair.
Yeah, no, America's very good at coming up with just the most insane food ideas. But Britain has some
Deep fried Oreos.
baffling ideas as well. Like, I mentioned it earlier, like the battered Mars bar. Like, fucking no normal person would come up with that. Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Here's a question. Another question I have about food. Do you guys in Britain? Because I'm sure we do over here. Do you guys ever get pissed off when you hear like people in the U.S. talk about chips and we pull out like a bag of potato chips? Like you guys are eating French fries.
Not really. I mean, it doesn't piss me off. It's more. It's more okay. We get it. It's a cultural difference sort of thing. If
It's
an
more of a
American,
translation
if an
annoyance.
American actually came up to me and said, "Those aren't chips. These are chips," then I'd actually slap them out of their hand and go, "Fuck you, they're crisps."
Fuck you,
That's
Texas.
not a
But
chip.
if-
This is a chip.
I'd only
What
get
is really
annoyed if they
interesting,
are.
though,
I'd only get annoyed if they're actively trying to correct me.
fair.
Whereas,
What's really interesting is that the UK calls them crisps. The UK calls what? Okay. The bad
potato
ones
chips,
are
potato
crisps
chips
in
are
the
crisps.
UK and chips in the US, and then potato things that are
Potato things.
fried are chips in the UK, and French fries in the US.
Yeah.
And both what Americans call chips and what British call chips are called chips in Australia. So they call both of them chips in Australia.
See now that's
Just
wrong.
to confuse everything.
Like, at least the British have one distinct system, the Americans have another distinct system, and Australia go, fuck it!
Just
Australia.
They're all
No
pretty
offense to
upside
Australia.
down.
Every
They gotta
Australian
turn
person I've
everything
ever
else
met
too.
has been so nice.
Australia, who fucking cares?
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
pretty much.
Yeah.
No, in all fairness, what we call chips here, I think you guys actually call steak fries. So it's a little
yeah.
different.
Well, like
Okay,
like
okay.
really curly fries?
No, we call curly fries curly fries.
No, like
and
the,
to be
the
fair,
thick ones. The thick ones.
yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
They're
no,
like
the thick
really
chips.
thick and square, like kind of. They're not like the ones from McDonald's that are skinny.
Let's
These are
say-
like the really thick ones you
so-
get at like Red Robin.
So
or
let's say,
something.
Jan, you had. I don't know if you're a meat eater or not, but let's say you have a plate, a little bit of salad, big steak, and then you have a portion of potato fried things. We would call those chips. I think you guys would call them steak fries.
Okay.
But
All right.
we've-
My mind is stuck between like.
What we've
zigzaggy
actually been doing
fries
now
and
is
wedges.
we don't call them French fries. We just call them fries here. But what the things that McDonald's sell, that type of thing, we call them
Those
fries.
things McDonald's sells. Oh, also, to answer your question
Okay,
from
so-
before, no, I'm not a meat
the
eater. I'm
only-
ace.
What was that, Jan?
I was saying, no, I'm not a meat eater. I'm ace.
We can't make jokes like that.
I'm going to bed.
I will say, we're at the end of the podcast, by the way. Tell you what,
Bugger off.
I tend to be the one that I tend to be
Oh
one
my God.
that ends up naming the episode. So you guys take the floor. Name the episode. We name the episode. What are we calling it?
We're calling it. I named it before we ever got to this point.
Yeah.
We're calling it the Reverse British Invasion.
The reverse British
Boston.
invasion. Right, got
Boston Tea Party
Yes.
2.0.
it.
Okay, I kind of like that better.
Oh, I love that one.
Set- I'll decide which ones. I'll probably call it based on the doc, but you know that's the thing. Wendy, just sign us off then.
All right, it's been fun. Join us next time for more chaos.
Yeah. We might do more stuff like this. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this episode, be sure to tell us in the comments how bad we did.
And
Give us
bugger
your
off.
give us your best British
Drop your
slang,
favorite
if you
British
will.
insult.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, tell us your favourite British insult. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.